Okay guys, let's do this. Alright, well, I'm going to try to start this channel. I'm going to give it about 6 months or so. And it's going to be about figs mainly. Growing, tomatoes, all kinds of stuff, but mainly figs. And if it works out, get enough prescribers, keep me going, I am going to take, I've got about 100 cuttings that I'm going to take what makes it, because they're all put in the dirt, they're all going, and I'm going to take those ones and send them out to the people that are on my channel. And I'm not going to do a Patreon because I don't feel that's right for the people that can't afford it, because I watch a lot of YouTube and I see that a lot, thinking, how about these poor people that can't afford to donate $10 a month? Well, to me, if I can do it this on YouTube, I feel that YouTube, I can make enough money off of YouTube if this works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I still do what I do and I enjoy it. But let's start out with this year. I had 2 freezes, late freezes. Knocked all the leaves off, first one. Second freeze, I thought it killed quite a few of my figs, but thank God they're all coming back. We're gonna watch 2 of them grow this year. They're really small now. I'm gonna show you the Pinoche tiger fig. It's barely starting to come out where you can see it on the camera. The Black Madeira that we're gonna watch is it's so small that I can barely see it with my eyes with my glasses on. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on those. But we're going to start out with the 2 that I bought full grown this year because of the freezes. I didn't want to go without figs. This is my 3rd year of doing this, and I haven't gotten a good fig yet. So that said, I went and bought 2. Well, went to Home Depot. The only ones I could find were Chicago Hardy. So I'm like, well, I want 2, so oh well, I'll have to have 2 of them. But I think I got lucky. I'll have to wait and see what it ends up being, but I don't think I got 2 Chicago Hardys. I'm going to turn the phone around, let you guys take a look at this. And those of you, especially like Ross, the Fig Boss, I watch him a lot. Actually, he gave me a lot of ideas on how to grow. Then you got Ben up in Seattle. He's the one that got me into doing all the bonsais. Okay, and then Mike up in Washington as well. He got me into the figs as well. But maybe somebody out there that sees this can give me an idea of what this one is, because I really don't think it is a Hardy Chicago or Chicago Hardy. But let's take a look at it. You ask me, this has got to be a long neck yellow or something similar. Now, this one is a Chicago Hardy. There's some babies that are just they're rooted, but they're not starting to sprout yet. This one here was like that just a few days ago, and it shot up going like crazy. Because I try to get them in the ground when they're rooted, but not shoot it. It doesn't always work that way, and I'll show you what happens when it doesn't. Alright. Now, I'm going to probably get a lot of comments on how close these guys are together, but 6 foot apart, spacing is for people that do not trim their plants and tie them up. So you'll see throughout the year, they'll be fine. Black Mission on that one. That one had a fig on it. Shot out right away this year. And that cold kicked that fig off, knocked all the leaves off, but now it's starting to come back. Here's a little one that's planted. I put it here. I have a few of these that the tags got knocked off, but I know which ones were in there, so I'm going to be able to figure it out when they get a little bigger. Match them up. These are some more that just starting to come back after the freeze. This one here is a fresh plant. That's a Celeste. Ooh, almost lost the tag on this one. You see that there where I stuck it on there? It's all the way on the ground there, because this thing was, oh, I'd say about that tall, and it died all the way back to the ground after that second frost. This one here is a fresh cut, and it is a Black Madeira, but it's off of eBay, so who knows. We'll match it up and see if it is, because I have a Black Madeira. But this is one of the ones that I did last year, and I cut some of it. It's still got some dead stuff on it, but it's doing really well now. It's coming out of it. I can't even think what the name is. LSU Purple. Okay. Fresh cutting this year. This one here just got put in the ground 3 days ago. It's got roots, no shoots, and that's a good thing. See this one here? It's having a rough time. It's a little wilted because it had roots and shoots. These are the babies. See, there's quite a few of them. Where you see those rocks at like that, there's a fig. Some of them haven't come back to where you can really see them good, like some of these. But then over here, we've got a little cage around it. Is a Black Madeira, and it's starting to. I'll show you this one over here. I got up the note that got kicked the same way the Black Madeira did, but it's coming back a little faster. See that? It's starting to really do good. Matter of fact, had some weeds there I wanted to get rid of. But yeah, these tags, you can't really see them very well, so I'm going to go through, take a black marker, and I'm going to because they're engraved into the metal. These are some of my bonsai. That's when they're kind of still in training, is what I call it, when they're still in these bigger pots. But the only reason that one's still in there is because I just didn't have a bonsai pot this winter. Move it up. These, some peppers, froze all the way back to the ground, and I thought they were dead. And I just forgot them over here, and they've been getting watered, and they're coming back. And the same thing with this little tomato plant. This thing was about 3 feet tall, and I thought it was dead, and it's coming back as well. Tomato plants, or potato plants over here. Quite a bit of other stuff over in here. There's some fig cuttings down inside there. See that? Yeah. This bed here is for mainly what I was talking about, where the tags got messed up, and there's only 3 or 4 of them in there, 4 I think. And then I have some like long neck yellows, and I have a golden Celeste right here. I have another Black Mission over here, and I'd have to look at that tag, and I don't think I can pronounce that one down there. This one here looks like it's dead, but it's actually not. It's got some green coming out of there. It died all the way back to the ground, and it's coming out along the side of it. So I'm pretty sure these will do okay. Alright guys, we're going to sit down and talk a little bit. Let's turn this around, set this back up. I'll get a little better at this as time goes. But until then, bear with me, and we'll try to get better. Okay, one of the things I do want to tell you guys that I'm really into, and that is organic. Just I compost. I do compost tea. That's what this is. I'll show you. I'll take a big swig. Yeah, right. That's leaf compost with cow manure mixed. I actually prefer to use chicken manure, but Home Depot here quit carrying it. So I'm going to check Lowe's, and if they carry it, then I'll have to start shopping over there, because I will use chicken manure over steer manure any day. And when I do buy it in the bag like that, I also let it set for 6 months to a year before I use it, even though it says that it's already been composted and sat. The only time I don't is if I add some of it to a compost pile. Now I'll do that a lot too. And so I talked about my tomato plants and everything getting frozen. Well, that's one of the other things we'll watch grow, because in my greenhouse here behind me, I've got a big flat full of different types, different varieties of tomato plants, and we're going to run them right down the middle between all the figs underneath them, because by the time those tomato plants come out here, because they're only an inch tall right now, because or maybe 2 inches tall, because like I said, everything froze out late this year. Got an apple tree in the back, and I can't believe it. One side of it, no apples, but on the far side, the north side of it, there's few apples. Not a lot, few. But I guess that's lucky, because everybody else down the way here from me, none of their fruit trees are doing anything. So that's one of the reasons why I went and bought those 2 figs, because I wanted figs this year. I mean, I've had figs, but only from the grocery store, like some of these Trader Joe's, they'll have them sometimes. Actually, that's where I got the tiger figs, but they weren't all that great. I had 1 fig out of probably, I ate the whole box, 12, that was really good. The rest of them were dry. They just pick them way too early. So we're going to give this channel a shot, and if you guys like it, stick with it. If you don't, find something you do. But like I said, even if you don't, I'll still be doing this regardless if it's with a camera or not. Alright, thanks guys.